let me welcome you to my channel. Before we begin the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this post. Tonight's episode of WWE Raw will be a pre-taped show. This episode is expected to focus on building more momentum for the upcoming premium live event, Crown Jewel 2024. In addition to Crown Jewel, one of the most intriguing ongoing storylines is the Bloodline saga. During the most recent edition of SmackDown, Roman Reigns and Jimmy USO were attacked by the new Bloodline after the original tribal chief rejected the idea of a reunion with Jey Uso. However, it's possible that on tonight's episode of Raw, Paul Heyman could return with the special motive of reconciling with the Yeet Master. Roman Reigns is still angry with Jey Uso, and the only person capable of convincing Reigns to reunite with the Intercontinental Champion is surely Paul Heyman. The Wiseman's first task would be to reconcile with Jey and try to persuade him to rejoin the Og bloodline, despite Reigns' previous behavior towards him. This segment could even take place on tonight's WWE Raw via a backstage segment. Once this is accomplished, Heyman could then approach Roman Reigns and try to make him see how much they need Jey Uso to counter Solo Sikoa's bloodline. As of now, Paul Heyman has been absent from television. His last appearance on SmackDown was at the end of June when he was attacked by Solo Sikoa. It remains to be seen how things will unfold for Jey Uso and whether Paul Heyman will be the key factor in reuniting the Og bloodline. Aside from the ongoing Bloodline saga, Jey Uso could still be involved in a major announcement. This declaration could concern his match at Crown Jewel 2024, where Adam Pearce might announce a rematch between Jey Uso and Braun Breaker for the Saudi Arabia show. The Yeet Master dethroned Breaker on a previous episode of WWE Raw. Braun showed some respect to Jey the following week after his title win. However, on last week's episode of The Red Brand, the 26-year-old star revealed his true colors by attacking Jey Uso after his victory over Xavier Woods. Given this development, a rematch between the two seems like a realistic possibility. Tonight's WWE Raw episode could serve as the perfect platform for this announcement, giving the Stamford-based promotion enough time to build excitement among fans for their rematch at Crown Jewel. The landscape of WWE is always shifting, with rivalries, betrayals, and unexpected alliances constantly keeping fans on the edge of their seats. One of the most intriguing storylines in recent years has revolved around the bloodline headed by Roman Reigns and the internal turmoil within the Samoan wrestling dynasty. As the faction appears to be on the brink of collapse, one name in particular stands at the center of all the chaos. Jey Uso. After being rejected by his own cousin, Roman Reigns, and severing ties with his family, Jey has been carving out his own path on WWE Raw. But now, rumors are swirling that a legendary figure is set to return to confront Jey Uso with a special motive that could drastically change the course of his future. Could this confrontation set the stage for a major storyline shift? And what might this legendary figure have planned for Jey Uso? Let's dive into the potential direction of this explosive situation on WWE Raw, the significance of Jey's recent struggles, and how a returning legend could alter the course of this brewing conflict. For months, Jey Uso has been at the heart of one of WWE's most compelling storylines. After years of standing by Roman Reigns as one half of the Usos and a loyal bloodline member, Jey finally had enough of Reigns' manipulation, gaslighting, and abuse of power. The simmering tension between Jey and Roman reached a boiling point earlier this year when Jey publicly turned his back on Reigns, signaling his departure from the bloodline. Jey's journey since leaving the family has been one of redemption and self-discovery. For so long, he was in the shadow of Roman Reigns, serving as his enforcer and essentially a victim of Reigns' tyrannical leadership. But now, as a solo competitor on WWE Raw, Jey has been trying to forge his own identity. This has not come without its challenges. especially after Reigns made it clear that Jey would never be welcomed back into the family. Roman's rejection hit hard, leaving Jey emotionally conflicted and vulnerable. Though Jey has made strides toward establishing himself as a major player on Raw, it's clear that the psychological scars of his time under Reigns' thumb still weigh heavily on him. With no faction to fall back on and the pressure of carving out his legacy, Jey's future seems uncertain. This is where the legendary figure's return comes into play, a figure with a vested interest in Jey's success or failure. While WWE is known for surprises, speculation is rife that The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, could be the legendary figure poised to confront Jey Uso on WWE Raw. The Rock's history with the Bloodline is well documented. As a member of the famous Wwe wrestling family, The Rock has deep roots in the Samoan dynasty, and his connection to Roman Reigns and the Usos is a storyline that WWE has hinted at in the past. The Rock's involvement in the Bloodline saga has been a fantasy booking dream for many fans. With Roman Reigns standing tall as the tribal chief, WWE has seemingly been building toward a potential mega showdown between Reigns and The Rock to determine who is truly the head of the Samoan family. While that dream match may be on the horizon, the more immediate focus could be The Rock's desire to guide Jey Uso, protect the family's legacy, or perhaps to test Jey's worthiness of carrying the family's name. The Rock's return with a special motive to confront Jey Uso could serve multiple purposes. On one hand, The Rock may feel obligated to protect Jey from completely self-destructing after his fallout with Roman. On the other hand, The Rock may see this as an opportunity to test Jey's resolve, pushing him to rise above the circumstances and fulfill his potential. Either way, a confrontation between The Rock and Jey Uso would have massive implications for both Jey's individual storyline and the broader Bloodline saga. The Rock's motive in confronting Jey Uso could be tied to family loyalty. Despite his absence from WWE over the years, The Rock has always represented the pride and strength of his Samoan heritage. With Roman Reigns embodying a darker, more ruthless version of leadership, The Rock could view Jey's departure from the Bloodline as a chance to restore honor to the family. One potential direction could be The Rock acting as a mentor to Jey, guiding him away from the toxic environment created by Reigns. The Rock could help Jey build confidence as a solo star, giving him the tools to rise above the trauma inflicted by Roman and chart his own course. This could lead to a series of segments where The Rock trains Jey, helping him regain his focus and positioning him as a true contender on WWE Raw. However, it's also possible that The Rock's motive is more complex. Perhaps The Rock wants to challenge Jey to test whether he truly has what it takes to survive in the cutthroat world of WWE without his family backing him up. After all, The Rock himself had to fight his way to the top, often standing alone in the face of adversity. This could lead to a series of confrontations between the two, with The Rock pushing Jey to his limits, forcing him to prove that he has the heart, strength, and resilience to succeed as a solo competitor. Another possible angle could involve The Rock attempting to mediate between Jey and Roman. While Reigns has made it clear that Jey is no longer welcome in the Bloodline, The Rock may believe that family unity is more important than individual grudges. Could The Rock try to convince Roman to reconsider his harsh treatment of Jey? Or perhaps The Rock could challenge Roman's authority as the tribal chief, suggesting that his rejection of Jey is a betrayal of family values.